Shout out to Rosie says, I'm sorry, Rosie's Rays for sending me this particular story right here. And you know, I love to do a good positive story. And this one is another example of that. If y'all don't know who this man is, this is Lonnie Bunch. Excuse me. He was the curator and pretty much all around overseer of the creation of the National Historical African American Museum. And I'm probably pronouncing that all the way wrong. In DC, he was basically he over the museum, the African American History Museum in DC. Now, if y'all remember, a couple years ago on my original channel, I did a vlog style video, which I rarely would ever do. It was like one of the first time I ever did that, when I did like a rough tour of the museum and what I saw on the various floors. Mind you, I'm no tour guide of any kind, but I did my best and I got a lot of good feedback of inside the museum. And it was a huge deal when it first opened up. And he was the one that was behind the design and the layout of that particular museum. Well, it has come out today that Lonnie Bunch is now the first Black person, that's man or woman, to lead the Smithsonian institution. Now, that is a big deal because the Smithsonian institution is not just one building. It's not that he's just over the building he was the curator of. He's over everything that has the word Smithsonian on it. He's the 14th one in that position, and he is the first Black person and the first historian to actually hold that position. That says he will serve as the institution's new leader, where he will oversee organization's 19 museums, complexes, along with the National Zoo. His appointment is effective June 16th, and he received the notification on May 21st. That is a big deal. That means he's over the African American Museum. He's over the Air and Space Museum. He's over the zoos. Anything that has that Smithsonian logo attachment to it, he's the overseer of it. I'm just going to say it right now. This guy is about to get paid. Let me say that again. He is about to get broke the fuck off. Do you know how much money those Smithsonians and museums and zoos make every year as tourist attractions, especially in the summertime when the kids are out of school? Like, I don't think y'all are really hearing me right now. This is a huge deal because you don't hear something like this every day, where you have a Black person who is over an entire Smithsonian institution. Not just one exhibit or one museum, but the entire institution. This has been, you know what? This has so far been a very good year for Black excellence. I have to say, I can't think in my mind how many Black excellence, or I should say melanated excellence stories I have done in the last month alone. But I'm so proud and glad that I get to touch on each and every, maybe not each and every one, but as many as I possibly can. That's why I really love when my subscribers send me stories like these, because you can tell by the excitement in my voice, the energy in my voice is way different than it is when I do the other type of videos, because these are the stories I love to do. I like doing the other ones, but I love doing these type of videos. And might I add to you that I have to throw in another name, Robert F. Smith, who was another Black excellence story that I did a couple weeks ago. Robert F. Smith actually was the highest contributor. Let me say that again. Robert F. Smith was the biggest and highest contributor to the creation and building of the African American Museum in DC. But he was almost like a silent donator. Like, not a lot of people knew that, but he donated the most money to it being built. If y'all ever get a chance to go to DC, make sure y'all go and check out that museum. I only went one time, but I know since then they I know they have added more things to that museum since the first time I went there, which was right around the time when they first opened. It was a big deal because you had to get online and get tickets and passes for free. And, you know, them passes were selling out like crazy for like months at a time. But now it might be a little bit easier. However, I'm not sure because the summertime is coming up and the kids are being out of school. So they might take tours and everything like that. And not even just tours in the summertime, but tours throughout the school years. Because, you know, when it comes to museums and stuff, they really never lose any type of business. But shout out again to Mr. Lonnie Bunch for achieving this wonderful position. And I'm sure he's going to serve that position very well. And this doesn't really get talked about. That's why I say we need our own black media so this can be talked about more, because I love doing stories like this. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.